Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM of this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I will be playing Aldora, the ASMR cleric.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan. I play Ankdrak, the Reborn Fighter.
Hey, I'm Miranda, and I play Genesis, the Satyr Bard.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I play Kiriki.
Hey, I'm Kevin, and I play Malachi, the Hexblade Warlock.
Today, we're going to talk about what movies or TV shows you are embarrassed to admit liking. There's only one that I can think of because I don't really think about if people like what I do or not. The only one that I'd say comes up a lot is I love Judge Judy, and I watch it constantly, every day. And a lot of people are surprised about that, but I don't know. I don't mind admitting it, so I don't know if I'm embarrassed. The only one that comes up that I don't volunteer to like is Vampire Diaries. I actually love that show, but I do not admit that very often. Just on the internet and podcasts. I don't know if y'all have seen that show, but
It's not good.
it's
I've
awesome.
heard of it. I've seen small clips of it here and there, especially since I knew someone who watched it. Well, I think some of my family watched it, so...
I liked Damon
I-
before he became a good guy.
See, I read the books, and then I started watching the show when it came out, and then I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then I rage quit.
I didn't
because
know you read the books.
I read all of the books. I think I still have them.
Wait, is Damon worse than the books or in the movie?
Yeah. Equal.
Ah.
No,
I don't
think,
like that
I
he
think in
became
the
a good guy. Mm-mm.
in the show, I think he is worse, like, written-wise.
Oh, that's not how I meant it. My
But
bad.
the story in the books is vastly different. Like, it's not even the same story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stefan's a pussy.
Okay, yeah.
I get sad.
That's my only embarrassing TV show, though, so that's all I got.
I'm not embarrassed by anything I watch. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say this one's a hard. I cosplay. If I watch something and I like it, I'm gonna own it and I'm gonna dress it.
Same.
like, I don't think there's a single thing that I'd be embarrassed to say I like. I mean, some people look at me weird when I'm like, oh yeah, I love Berserk and Goblin Slayer, and then people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's fair,
Nothing.
Oh,
But I'm
fair.
like, the stories are so fun.
The stories are realistic.
For
in
me,
their own
not
way.
the main characters.
I
I feel
know-
bad for the main characters.
Oh yeah, I know people cringe now when I say I like Attack on Titan.
Ugh.
Yeah, see, there it is. There it is.
Wait,
what's-
why does that get you a cringe?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
A lot
Uh,
of people like Attack on Titan. It's just me, Miranda.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people like Attack on Titan. I
Okay,
just
good.
don't like it either.
It is okay.
I don't
Then it
care
is just
for it.
Becca. In other words,
it's
fuck
not-
you, Becca.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just never saw it as that interesting.
It's just not interesting to me. It was interesting when I was like starting to watch anime, but then I kind of dropped off and got a little bored.
The concept
I really
was
liked
cool
it at
until
the beginning, and then it just got worse, and I stopped reading and watching it. So
Yeah, I
Concept
started
was
reading it
great.
before I watched it.
Yeah,
I
I
liked
read
the-
through the entire thing, and then I went to a convention and I actually spoke to the voice actors, and then they were talking about it and seeing them hyped up about it, and I was like, okay, well maybe I should like watch the show.
I thought season 1 until the Titan Shifter stuff was cool.
I
The,
thought
the Titan
that-
Shifters really ruined it.
I thought that if they ended the series right after Aaron and Annie fight in Titan form, that would have been cool. Because that was when I lost interest. but after that, it was still good. It was just not as interesting anymore for me. But I've got a left part one for y'all that will make you all cringe, I'm sure, because my girlfriend adores reality television, and I have become well acquainted with and actually quite enjoy watching all of the spin-offs of 90 Day Fiancé.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, never
Oh,
mind.
shit.
Those are actually
seen that.
so fucking funny.
They're so good. I get
I don't know
into
what
the
that is.
characters. I
Yeah.
love to laugh at people. It's the funniest thing ever. It makes me feel good about myself.
Can
They-
someone explain what that is?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Here.
So
You like meet a person and then you have 90 days, then you're married to them.
what it is
Oh.
it is a bunch of people who are horrible people. And what they do is they find another horrible person from a different country and they bring them to America to marry them. But what actually happens is it's just a TV show where people get mad at each other, cheat on each other, do a bunch of stupid shit, and then say a bunch of stupid shit for like 45 minutes every time.
And it's so fucking funny.
The best ones are actually the pillow talks, which is like other past couples who have worked out who are watching the new episodes and talking about it, because then you get to like, it's like watch party with your friends, but your friends are a bunch of other idiot people. So you just get to like sit around and like make fun of
idiots.
everybody. Yeah, it's genuinely just a feel good time where you don't have to have any investment. You can jump in anytime and just be like, what's going on? Oh, it's this guy again? Fuck this guy. He's such a moron. Like it's just the funniest time. That's my guilty pleasure.
I was so worried you were about to say like Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm like, God, not this shit. But then you said 90 Day Fiance. I'm like, never mind, I'm on board. That shit is funny to watch. Like,
It's funny, man.
You can get invested in it if you find it in like a random office and you're in a waiting
Yeah.
room. And it's like, okay, well, I'm glad that that's at least playing. Instead of another rerun of that one episode of Dr. Phil every office seems to replay.
I've heard of it, and I could have sworn I've seen like little clips of it, and it seems to get really intense.
Yeah, the most recognizable person is Big Ed. He's that like round man with no neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's my input. I've been thinking about that one for a week.
I don't really think there's anything I've ever been embarrassed to ever watch, because like I've watched stupid things just out of the curiosity to see like, okay, how stupid is this actually going to be? And then whenever I find out how absolutely retarded it is, I'm like, yeah, this is stupid, and I stop watching it.
Mine is The Shape of Water.
Oh
I
God,
love
you're
that
scaly.
movie. No, that's not what I meant. See,
Wait,
that's
what
why
is
I don't tell people I don't like that movie.
What is The Shape of Water?
That's actually a good movie.
The Shape of Water, it's about
Fishmen.
it's about a deaf girl who works in a secret like lab as a cleaning lady, and the secret lab brings in like a fishman, and the lady and the fishman connect, and she helps him escape to get back to the water. It's a really good movie.
It's
not a bad movie.
It's genuinely a feel-good movie. I mean, like I
But I
watched
like
it. It's pretty fun.
It's always fun
exactly.
to call people scalies when they say they like it, because they always get defensive.
That's
It's
why
like-
I was like, I don't like admitting that I like that movie, because I love that movie, and every time I have to explain that movie, watching people's faces drop and they're like, oh. And I'm like, no.
Another one that I just thought of on this topic is I genuinely enjoyed watching Beastars.
Yeah, I love Beastars. It's such a good anime.
Like it's a fun
I
show,
get
and then
your
you
style, I'm
tell
sorry.
people that you watch it, they're all like, "Oh, you're a furry."
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I was like, "No, I'm not a furry. I just like I like a show. Damn it."
Oh,
Such a good story.
I heard how popular it was, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And I was like, no, I can't do this.
It's so good. Getting
I've
past the weird parts of it, it's really good.
Yeah, getting past the weird parts. It's actually a really cool story. That's like, it's also like telling someone that you like watching Food Wars.
So,
Damn it, that fucking short one watched that so like for a while. Every time, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah.
That was one of those shows where my partner was watching it, and I walked in right during one of the scenes where someone's clothes are getting blown off by their love for food, and I was like,
What the fuck?
hell? And I was like, the hell is this shit? And then I sat down and I just watched like a whole season with them. I was like, this is fun.
it is like
It's so fucking weird.
It's
not
not
how
how
he's
he's
cooking.
good if we could get past that part. It's the same reason why I couldn't watch Hitman Reborn, because somebody had to be there like, no, after 20 episodes he stops doing that. And I'm like, 20?
20?
If you know what Hitman Reborn is, you understand.
Isn't that the best hitman in the world gets reincarnated?
So essentially it's just like he's part of a mafia family and he gets a little mafia guy reborn, shoots him with a gun, and every time he gets his powers he blows out of his clothing and he fights in his underwear. And I'm like, I can't. I'm like, they can't be doing Suna dirty like that for that long. And I was like, I can't watch. I was like, I can't sit through 20 episodes of this.
Wait, that one character looks familiar. Like, the main character guy looks familiar, but I've never seen that.
Anime is weird.
Anime is
Never-
so fucking weird.
Never watch anime around people who don't understand or ever watch anime, because the sounds that are made in anime are really concerning. If you ever heard of Dead by Daylight, the game,
God,
I can't
oh my
ever
God.
fucking watch any Dead by Daylight videos in public, because the characters, when they're injured, is just more moaning.
Thank you, Macy. We'll keep that in mind when we go to bed tonight.
Hello, my name is Becca, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Welcome back to another game. Last time we played, the champions enter Delphi, home to the Oracle, who is blessed by Apollo, known to be the center of the world, and home for all followers of the Olympians to gather, worship, and give tribute. They, instead, are met by Delphine, a she-serpent who was bested and imprisoned by Apollo a long time ago. Recently, she was appointed a guardian of Delphi after the demons invaded it. The champions roamed the empty streets at night before Delphine hissed that she smelled Olympians, blanketed the party in poison, and then engaged them in the temple of Apollo. After defeating her, the party made their way to the tunnels below Delphi and stole a lot of Delphine's treasures. The party had a god-off, and it is revealed that Malachi is an agent of Hades, Kiriki is a servant of Hecate, and Genesis follows Dionysus. Aldora just represents Athena, full on. Kiriki teaches Malachi the difference between satyr and goat. They taste different. And Ankdrak, after barbecuing much of Delphine, the creature of myths and legends, informs the party that he found a scroll and a message with directions. Malachi expresses his concern about it being a trap, and that is where we're going to pick up. Y'all are in the Temple of Apollo. It is quite large. I think it's about 400 feet long and 200 feet wide. There is a giant statue of Apollo, surrounded by broken vases, some blood, and then there's a large set of stairs where Delphine and Athon, Aldora's lizard, are, along with Ankdrak, and the rest of you are coming up out of the tunnels below when he told you guys about the scroll.
Remind me again where you got this scroll that's supposed to tell us where to go.
It was within the stomach of the creature.
And so, we're getting directions from the stomach of an ancient serpent that we just recently killed. Is that what we're going with, everyone?
Do we
Better
have
spring the
any
trap
better
ourselves.
options?
What did you say, Macy?
Do we have any better options?
Suppose not. And again, I'm apparently the only one here who's not receiving directions from their god anymore, so...
I'm so tempted to make the joke, wait, you guys are receiving direction? But I can't, because he wouldn't say it. It's so sad. if someone.
I
else
mean,
were
you
to
could
trigger
say
this trap. It's not in his character to say it. I'm sorry. I have to stay in character. Dylan himself would say it because it's funny, but Ankdrak will just kind of hold the scroll over. Anybody could grab it from him if they wanted to. He's not seeming to hold it tightly. If someone else were to trigger this trap, it could go poorly for them. If it is indeed a trap.
Not sure what the merits of hiding instructions to go directly into a trap inside the body of a giant serpent would be, but let me look at it. Maybe I can find something that you overlooked. I don't know. Malachi will take the scroll and read it. So he'll read it quietly. Do you want me to read it out loud for everybody else to hear again?
Yeah, go ahead if you wouldn't mind, please. Just as kind of like a recap type thing.
Yeah. I regret that life was lost today. Life that had her home taken from her and suffered for over 1,000 years. If you insist on violence, then I encourage you to fight the ongoing threat of creatures invading this land. Exit to the southeast, go east a quarter of a day, north half a day, and then east for a day. There you will find a fight that will result in a benefit for all those who value life. Signed P. Well, I guess as you said, it is a direction.
A direction is better than none.
At least the instructions are clear enough. He'll turn to...
I'm not saying we head out now, but we can investigate the rest of the city.
He will turn to Genesis and Kiriki and just... Do you have any input?
I mean, what else are we supposed to be doing right now? We don't really have much for leads, do we? Like, what are we even doing?
As previously mentioned, I am just kind of winging it. As I told you, I
You do
haven't
not
really
have
heard...
wings.
Right. What I mean is I'm making it up as I go. I'm kind of just waiting for the leash to be pulled at this point, but it's not being pulled, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this God's forsaken country, apparently.
With the directions that were on the paper, sorry, can I make a history check to see if I know if what's in that general direction?
Yes, ma'am. And while she's doing that, this includes Becca, but if all of you would like to give yourselves inspiration for killing the she-serpent of Delphi and stealing from her.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Happily.
I already
Thank
had
you.
it.
Of course you
Oh.
did.
I didn't steal from her, technically.
I'm sorry, borrowed.
I
Didn't
didn't
Malachi
join the
give you
cave.
gold?
I did
Yeah,
give him
Aldora
a
did.
sack of like 5,000 gold.
Oh, 2 people have handed him gold, and he's just like, fuck do I do with this?
You strong, you carry it.
He's weightlifting the gold sacks now.
Yep.
What's your
All right.
deadlift, bro?
How'd you do?
20.
A 20. So, you know that there is a river that runs from northern Delphi all the way out to the sea, over by Thebes. But the mountain range there is nothing significant there. I mean, there's caves every now and then, and they're known to be populated by creatures. So, people have to travel safely. But you can't think of anything in particular as to why there would be anything there.
Well, directions. There's not much out that way other than mountains and caves.
It could be within the caves.
The note says we'll find a fight there that will result in a benefit for all those who value life. He kind of looks around at the group and he's like, so a couple of us. I'm not sure if this is leading us to a specific place as much as it is to like an ongoing conflict that we're supposed to help, I don't know, put down.
Resolve.
Yeah, that's the word. Resolve. I'll say this, I'm going, because I don't have anything better to do, and at this point, I haven't been told to do otherwise by any force greater than myself, so if you all want to figure something else out, that's your choice, but I think I'll follow this note.
I have no issues with following the note. We don't have any other leads, so this is the best we've got.
Our only other option is to continue to head southwards towards other cities, but from what we've heard, most of the other cities have already been taken over, or at least the ones that matter.
We all
This is
in
the last
agreement
place
that
we heard of.
So we're just gonna follow the note, the mystery note.
Do you have a better
Yeah.
idea?
It's apparent that this note was left for us, or at least somebody who is powerful enough to fell the serpent. So, whoever left it, they were expecting champions of some sort. He looks again at the rest of the group. He's like, I guess we're what constitutes now.
Well, are we ready to head out?
We should investigate the rest of the city before we do. There might be
It's not a
people
bad
left
idea.
over. We were told people came here.
We could also, I think some of us could use another rest. Perhaps take some time here before we move on. Maybe it's just me.
Gathering supplies within the city, if there are any as well.
Great.
So,
Are you tired, Malachi?
I've just. He kind of looks down at his chest that has some blood and poison trickling out of it. Just took a hit from an undead. Just gonna take a minute for my wounds to heal. I'd rather not run out into the unknown until that's
I can
done.
carry you if you need help.
Don't you fucking dare.
What is wrong?
I don't need to be carried. Thank you,
I
though.
was offering, since you sounded wounded.
I think your hands are gonna be
Tired.
full with all these bags of gold that we just brought up.
You may be correct.
I'll be fine. Let's just continue. Yeah, I guess we'll head out into the
Ankdrak will
city.
start walking out of the fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
So
to the
there's
city.
a lot. There's a lot to notice here, but I would say the first thing that kind of stands out to anybody is because you're a little elevated, because stairs come up to the temple itself. Genesis to the north of you guys, to the left outside the temple, the pillars and columns, about 80 feet north of you is a temple to Dionysus. And you have to go upstairs in order to get there, but you can see it from Apollo's temple, so you could just go at the front, or you could go towards the back, and then there's stairs towards the back, and then a ramp up following the roadway to go up there if you wanted to go. But just because you're the only one who really has a presence here with their deity, you're the one who would notice that. Everybody else would just see pretty stuff. No offense.
So at the sight of it, I would kind of get a little bit of, kind of like giddy and excited for it. I just for safety in numbers, I'd like to go to the temple. If someone could come with me, the Temple of Dionysus, please.
Oh, I thought you were referring to going back to the Temple of Apollo.
No, it would really mean a lot to me if we went to Dionysus's temple, please.
That's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's fine.
okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Speaking of which, he's going to just look at Aldora. Next time we see a Temple of Athena, remind me to go. And then he'll just follow.
What? I'll ask him later. Yeah, go to your goddess and god, whoever you're praying to. Just take care of it quickly. We should keep moving as much as possible.
So I will say on that note, there is not a temple to Athena here. There's just the treasury of the Athenians, which is kind of like a median between the two. So unless it was a deity who was very close to or served with Apollo, they wouldn't have a presence here. So Dionysus is one of the exceptions.
Ankdrak would follow Genesis to the Temple of Dionysus if nobody else is.
That's fair.
Aldora was following too. She doesn't really have anything better to do.
Malachi will probably remain back, kind of look around some of the city streets outside the temple, and just kind of wait.
So approaching it, Genesis, like I said, you got to go out to the front of the temple, go about, I don't know, 50 feet or so, and then follow. Well, wait, did you want to take the ramp up or the stairs?
Ramp up.
Okay. Your passive perception is 16, right?
14.
14, okay. I'm just curious.
Ankdrak has 16.
Oh. All right. So, Ankdrak, you're with her, and who else? Sorry?
Aldora.
Aldora, okay. So you guys head up the ramp to the left, and then it kind of S's its way up towards the Sanctuary of Dionysus. And on the outside of it, you can see there's 6 columns going up some stairs, and there's 4 statues and kind of windows facing outwards. And, you know, there's on the left, there's a man and a woman, and on the right, there's a man and a woman. And they all seem to be looking upwards, raising their hands. All of them are naked, of course. And they look to be smiling and in great moods, maybe dancing in some way. As you look through the entrance door, you can see there's a woman, also naked, but the statue is much larger than the ones on the outside that are in the windows. And this one on the inside is clearly dancing. And she has jugs of wine around her on the ground. And then she's holding one and then has one hand kind of up on her head as she's dancing. If she was alive, you think maybe she's shaking what her mama gave her. I don't know if you want to keep going inside, because to the left is the amphitheater, and what you see there is not great. So there is a pile, and it looks like it's mostly diminished, like maybe it's been burned away over time, but you can see the remains of what to be bones. And it does not look like they were demon bones or creature bones. They do look to be human skeletons. And it looks like there's hundreds of them. Ankdrak, you notice that. Genesis, you're distracted, so I'm going to say you're looking at the statues while he kind of notices that. Unless you follow his gaze.
No, I will be too invested into the temple.
That's fair enough. Ankdrak, do you want to do anything with that, or do you want to keep going in the temple? At least for now.
He'll like glance between both sides, and he'll kind of like fish out a gold coin, hand it to Genesis, and then he'll go to the amphitheater where the body pile is.
Aldora would notice this too, right?
Yeah, she sees everything.
She sees beyond the
okay.
table. She
Yeah.
sees all.
Aldora, you notice a little bit more than that. You can see that to the left of you guys, kind of between, so down the road, as if you're facing down the road, and the amphitheater is straight ahead of you, like you turned your body towards it. On your right is the temple, or the Sanctuary of Dionysus, where the happy statues are. On the left, you can see there are like jugs of wine, but they look freshly drank. You could tell that people have been there recently, within the last day. But it's just an entrance with a set of stairs leading up to a second level to the left of it.
Aldora's gonna be distracted by the pile of skeleton bones.
That's fair. All right, I want to do the happy thing first. Genesis.
Hi.
Hi. You go inside the Sanctuary of Dionysus. Looking around the inside of this temple, you can see the murals on the wall, people dancing, laughing, just having a good time, talking to each other, socializing, betting each other. This is not a place for Aldora to be, so, you know, yeah. Unfortunately, there are a lot of broken bottles on the ground, and you can see where they were moved aside a little bit to make way for somebody to walk through. You can even see like small footprints where somebody walked around, and it looks like they gathered up all of the remaining bottles of wine that might have been intact. So unfortunately, there's no intact bottles of wine here, but you can see the history and the effects of Dionysus on other people and the happiness that he brought them.
I'm going to pay tribute using one of the bottles of wine that I grabbed at the last place we were in. and setting some gold aside for him. 5 gold pieces.
Shit. I already gave you inspiration. I can't do it again.
You gonna use one that Ankdrak handed you?
Yes, I am going to use one that Ankdrak.
Man, I can't give you nothing. I'll think about it.
A virtual high five.
A warm feeling inside.
I will give
So
you
that-
advantage on your next religion check. How's that?
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'll write that down.
All right, Ankdrak and Aldora. While she's being happy, what are y'all doing?
Is this some kind of sort of like worship method?
I do not believe so. He's gonna glance around. Is the amphitheater kind of like out of the way from most things?
Yeah, it's so the closest thing it is to is that sanctuary. It's but it's the back of it. The amphitheater itself, where this pile is pretty far away from anything else. Well, I mean, I said it's a really like close city. So I mean, it's about 10 to 15 feet away from the building to your left, on the southern side of the amphitheater. But the pile itself is kind of just centered up, and it looks like the bodies were melted.
Either
And
of those
actually-
could be a collection point.
If they're melted, maybe it was from the serpent that we fought. But that's the only thing I could really think of.
Most
It makes
likely.
sense.
Whether she killed these creatures or not, there's not enough to warrant assuming she massacred the people who came here. But she could have.
Hopefully it
We do
wasn't
not know,
something
though.
else. If
That's
it
why
is
we are
something
investigating the city.
If it is something else, we could be in danger sitting out here. So we should probably
Keep
go
your
ahead
guard
and
up.
catch up.
Is there anything, like, not of bone variety in this pile, or is it just bones?
Make an investigation check, please.
Investigation.
I mean, you can use perception, but the DC is going to be a little higher because you're just looking instead of digging.
Investigation. Oh boy, here we go. He's
It's not a minus,
decently
right?
Perceptive. No, 5.
A 5. I mean, it makes sense because the answer is no. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can't give you details. Just no.
It's just a pile of bones. Okay.
Yes, sir.
He was just checking to see if anything was left behind. Because, you know, jewelry is like family heirlooms and shit.
Yeah.
And if the family's still alive, he could bring it back to them.
What a thoughtful guy.
But he's gonna just... We should return to the goat.
I think that's the best option.
She is frail. She needs somebody to take a blow for her. And then he'll just turn around and start walking.
She will follow after Ankdrak.
Damn.
Does he have to, like, lean under any just to get into these places, or the arch is high enough that he doesn't?
You haven't actually gone anywhere except for the Temple of Apollo so far, and that doorway was 20 feet high.
Well, what about the, as he enters the Dionysus one, is its doorways big enough to fit him proper?
So, on the edge of it, yes. Towards the center, no. So, it kind of arches up to where on the edge of it, it's more of just around 5.5, 6 feet. But at the very peak of the archway, it's about 7 feet tall.
Okay.
So-
He can enter, but he's not going to have a fun time. Or, like, more in.
Yeah.
Whenever Aldora sees all the people dancing,
The
she's
nubile.
gonna like, oh, okay, oh, no. She's gonna like kind of put her hands to like block her peripheral vision and just like look kind of where she's walking.
I'm sorry.
Waiting to look at everything.
I think you slightly misunderstood. They were dancing on the outside, and then some were dancing on the inside. But it wasn't the dancing that I was saying that Aldora needed to be hidden from. Macy, do you know what coitus is?
No.
No.
So,
know that word.
Okay.
Oh no.
Macy, do you know what an orgy is?
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of that going on.
Dionysus, baby.
Dennis is getting it on.
You're looking around the walls, and it looks like people are having conversations with each other as there's a woman in between them. Like they're having a civil conversation while also...
Being a little too personal.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Andrek's face has not changed. He is staring straight at it.
Aldora's having an internal panic.
Genesis will be playing her flute as you guys kind of enter. Just playing a tune.
So y'all walk in, and she's playing the flute. Regular flute.
I did not realize that people would be such, or very, active here
It's paintings and shit.
as paintings.
It's not real people. It's paintings and like statues.
That's what I thought it was, and then whenever you said it was people outside and whatnot, I was like, oh, it's like straight up people. I'm confused, but okay.
These are statues.
They're statues, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Art. It's art.
Sure.
It's art, quote unquote. We have Stanley from The Office. It's called hentai.
Oh god.
No.
I will correct myself in character then. I did not realize there'd be such, adventurous, art pieces here.
This is a temple of Dionysus. Did you forget what he is the god of?
Wine. That's about as much as I know.
Currently, you feel more like the god of whining. And he will just stand there.
Aldora will just have a very sad puppy face. As she just stands there, not moving, for like a minute, and then runs to catch up with him.
It was so mean of him. But it was so fucking funny. He's just standing there waiting for Genesis to finish playing her flute. You ever see an NPC that you're not talking to just stand in one place? Their arms are just completely by their side and they're not moving. He looks like that. He has at least some idle animation, but it's mostly just standing there doing nothing, like a Skyrim NPC.
Yeah, so Genesis will finish playing her flute and she will look up and... Did you find anything interesting out there?
Bones.
Bones.
Correct.
Just bones? Just random bones?
Yes.
Okay. That's normal?
No, it is not.
Okay, so what makes it not normal?
They are in a pile.
They were melted as well.
I mean, putting two and two together, we did just kill a she-serpent, so...
Correct.
Okay. So, where to next? Thank you for doing this, by the way. I do appreciate it.
If something attacked you in here, you would have died. That is not a preferable outcome.
I mean, that's the whole point of travel. Travel in numbers, right?
Correct.
Kiriki and Malachi, what are you guys doing while they're roaming?
Malachi would have been kind of just poking around the surrounding buildings, making sure there weren't any people hiding in nearby structures. Since the daylight is out, he's kind of curious as to why, if this is a sanctuary or a place of safety, why there are not people out in the streets at this point. So he's just kind of going through the houses nearby, if there are any.
So nearby, they're not too active. Every now and then you'll see like dust was cleared off or dirt was cleared off, or you can see a smear of blood, or maybe where footprints were. So it doesn't look like these were dwelled in. They were just active. But getting closer to the center of the Sacred Way is where there was a lot of activity and people living instead of just visiting. Right outside the Temple of Apollo, to the east, there was a small shallow pool, and the water's not clean necessarily, but it does look like it was semi taken care of. So it's not full of dirt and debris and leaves, but there are some in there.
So it seems as though there was people here within the last few weeks, but there's nobody there now.
Yeah, like you can even see leftover food a little bit, to where it looked like people cooked within the last few days.
Gotcha. Yeah, after kind of investigating around, Malachi would kind of just go and wait for the rest of the group in the streets outside of the Temple to Dionysus.
Alrighty. What about you? Oh, and you do notice that bone pile if you're going up there.
Oh, if he sees the bone pile, he's going to go investigate the bone pile.
Alrighty. What about you, Kiriki? What are you doing?
Kiriki was just following behind Malachi, also investigating to see if there were still people here. You know, safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
And to probably
Alright.
meet somebody.
So yeah, Malachi and Kiriki, you will pass them in the temple to the right, or the sanctuary, sorry. And then carry on to the amphitheater, and you will see a pile of bones. Not much clothing is left, if any at all. It's mostly just bones at this point. It looks like it was melted over time.
Okay. Malachi is going to approach one of the skeleton remains, and he is going to cast Speak with Dead upon it.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you had that.
I have that as a warlock feature, which allows me to do it literally all the time forever.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even cost me nothing. Is the warlock invocation, the Eldritch invocation, Whispers of the Grave.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he is going to lean down over one of the skeletons. He is going to, like, a spectral skull kind of appears around his face again. And as he touches the face of one of these skeletons, he asks it, Lost soul, what killed you?
Shit. Roll a 1d4 for me, please.
Sure. Just gotta get over there. It's a 4.
Okay. Its eyes are going to glow kind of a pinkish green, and its mouth is just going to fall open, and even though it's talking, there's no tongue, and its mouth doesn't move, and it just says, "Winged creatures from the sky." That was surprisingly easy to do.
Yeah, you sound really good when you, already mostly dead. Yeah, he will, after that, he'll follow up with, did anyone survive in Delphi before you passed?
A small group of people and children were taken.
And then for his final question, he'll ask, where were the surviving adults taken?
They were being held for questioning. The strong were killed first. The weak were held to be tortured.
Thank you, soul. Go back to the afterlife in peace. And then he'll release the spell.
The light just vanishes out of its eyes and mouth, and it falls back.
Malachi will stand back up and look at Kiriki. It seems the demons did get this place. Some made it out, but the corpse didn't really know a specific location.
It said a small group took them?
Took surviving children and sounds like weaker people who couldn't fight.
I wonder if it's the same group who had anything to do with the releasing of the serpent.
I guess it would be the same group that was teleported away by some deity down underneath the city. Seems they were beset by the demons. They probably made it into the serpent's lair to try and evade the demons. possibly one of the gods interfered and pulled them away from there safely. Unfortunate that so many souls were lost here for no good reason, though. Hopefully they made it across the river Styx.
What? You said that the bodies were burned. Does it look like fire burnings, or... Because you said they look melted.
Mhm.
Does it look like fire?
It does not look like fire. You've
Mhm.
seen that. This doesn't look like it.
Does it look similar to the condition of the zombies? The skeleton things?
No.
Would I be able to perform a medicine check to try and determine exactly what it was that got them?
Yeah, go ahead. So I'm trying to find something to compare it to, but I'm not sure Kiriki has the history to have anything to compare it to.
Damn. That's a 6, not 1.
I'll try history and see. We were accosted on the way in
Yeah.
by a breath weapon. So, is it similar to that feeling, or I wouldn't be able to determine?
It's similar to that feeling, yeah.
Okay.
You saw the way it was kind of eating away at people's clothes, and more specifically, Malachi's skin. And
Oh.
so you're looking at him and looking at the pile. You're looking at him, looking at the pile. You know what's up.
What? Why do you keep looking at me like that?
I would also like to determine how old the pile is. Can I make a medicine check?
Yeah. Medicine, nature, investigation, survival. A lot of different things can apply to it if you have one that could work better for it or work better for you.
I'm gonna do nature because it's better than medicine, but not by much. 15.
I mean, so you're looking at the ground around it and you're thinking that poison was eating away at it. It wouldn't have been that long. So you think this pile, just because of the area around it, it couldn't be more than 2 to 3 months old. But it looks like this has been happening over the course of time. Given another month, the pile might be gone completely.
Like, 2-3 months maybe that they've been here.
Do we remember? Were we able to determine how recently the people underneath in the tunnels were teleported away? Was that relatively recent?
I don't think y'all checked that, did you?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think we determined like what kind of magic it was, but not how long ago it had happened.
Do you want to do that?
Sure. Was that be like an Arcana check or a History check? Or something
Roll
else?
anything you want, and we'll find a way for it to apply.
I'll roll Arcana then.
Give me a good acrobatics.
I'll also roll Arcana.
Do a backflip. Oh, we rolled the same number. Sweet.
Nice. Oh, it's like
22.
reverse though. You got an 18 with a +4, and I got a 14 with a +8.
Nice.
Sick.
Ankdrak got a 16 for his backflip.
Aldora is horrified by all the sex, and Ankdrak is celebrating with backflips. Okay, so what were y'all told us? Sorry.
22 for both of us.
All right. You think that they were taken away within the last... I'm trying to think of what time it is now. So before y'all got down there, you think it was a few hours before then? Like you were just behind them, pretty much.
Very recent. Okay.
You've both seen a lot of things, especially since Kiriki is usually pushed towards the front of the line. And so I think that she would know pretty heartily that they would evacuate citizens and people who couldn't fight before they left. So it could have been that they were the last to leave, because if y'all had ran into them, they would have been able to defend themselves better.
If these bodies have been decomposing here for that long, it's very likely they were dying while the city was under attack, and the last group that left was probably what was left of the fighting force.
Then it wasn't the same group who took the women and children. It couldn't have been.
No, if these corpses have been dead that long, then that happened, as you said, potentially a month or 2 ago.
The old lady says that another group has been transporting people to and from the city.
That's right.
So maybe they were gathering survivors from around the area and bringing them to Delphi.
Wonder where they were taking them, though. If they evacuated from here as well, what could be safer than having the serpent to guard the city?
If the serpent was even guarding the city. Is that what the old lady told us? Did she tell us that the serpent was guarding the city? Or did we
Yes,
not
ma'am.
Okay, that's... So... The people were escorted out because we entered the city?
It's possible that, well, perhaps they figured out that we killed the serpent, so they had fled before we could get down to kill them. They might have perceived us as a hostile force. It didn't take time to think about why we were even here. If this
Kirky is, like, pacing back and forth as they're talking.
Yeah, I think Malachi's probably just standing next to the skeletons, like, he's like stroking his beard. If these people that were here were being protected by the serpent, then it's likely they are our enemies, or would be perceived as us being their enemies. The serpent said that it could smell the Olympian on us, and that is why it attacked us. Perhaps the people who are in this city do not worship our gods.
But didn't we determine that it was some form of teleportation by the Olympians? Something similar to Hermes?
We determined that it was a power that only a god could possess. I don't remember if we could pinpoint exactly which one it was. Just that a demigod or champion could not have possibly had that kind of power. I believe that Aldora mentioned that Athena was capable of such things, but it was speculation.
The problem with that is if it had been Athena who teleported those people, then it would have nothing to do with she is a follower of Athena. Then the serpent we know was locked in by Apollo. I don't know if that connects, but what other deity would whisk people away?
I don't know. This is
I don't
puzzling.
like it.
There's a great deal of stuff that I don't understand about what's going on in this country. It's very confusing. The demons are attacking everybody, but it seems like there might be a third party that is also intervening here. But what would stand against both the demons and the Olympians?
I agree. We should regroup with the others and follow that note. It might lead us to whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go.
And they'll head off. I distinctively do not want to go inside the Temple of Dionysus. So I will
Neither
just wait
does
out.
Kirky.
We'll just wait out in the street.
You don't want to go into the Temple of Diagnosis?
Diagnosis.
The Greek
Yes,
god of medicine?
I do not.
WebMD, you know? Patron saint of WebMD.
There's a lot of clinical stuff happening in there that I don't need to see.
Yeah. Aldora, you learned some things today.
Things you did not want to learn.
Yeah, I was about to say things I really didn't want to learn.
Ankdrak does not care. He thinks this is normal.
I mean, it's gotta happen eventually.
It's not like he's intensely staring at a mural. He's just kind of... When Genesis finally walks out to leave, he would just follow with no questions.
Just get a smash cut of like Ankdrak's completely emotionless face, and then like a back and forth shot of like the scene, and then his face, and then the scene, and then his face. There's nothing changes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much every picture of Ankdrak is just flat.
Ankdrak, I would like to... Can you roll a perception check?
I can.
Go ahead and
plus
give yourself
6
advantage just because of what's going on.
advantage.
Yes, sir.
18 or 22.
Okay. So you stayed outside Genesis' happy home last time you guys camped out on the seaside, and you heard all kinds of sounds during the night. You couldn't really see them, but you could hear them. And it looks like they just weren't really coming down to by the sea because it's over the cliffs for whatever reason. But you could hear them. And your whole night outside the temple, you never heard any of those sounds. I just wanted to note that for Ankdrak.
He's kind of just processing information. We should regroup. He'll look to Genesis. Did you get your prayer in?
Yes, I did. We should.
He's gonna look at Aldora. Are you done processing what you have seen?
I think so. Let's just get going. Aldora's
Alright.
just gonna, like, immediately turn and just start heading out.
Genesis, you explain to her the birds and the bees later. And then he'll turn away and walk.
I don't really think that's necessary, but okay.
Not his job.
You
Genesis
know,
seems like a smart person. Maybe she knows the whole thing.
interesting. Since you guys, I'm going to use the word retook Delphi and accomplished something, I don't want to give you a level. Not all of you got useful items. So instead, I would like y'all to do the stat boost thing that I love doing as a reward to people. So be thinking about a stat, and I'm going to put Macy on the spotlight, as I always do. Macy, what is the stat that you want to increase for Aldora?
A stat that I want to increase for Aldora.
Yeah. Up to 20.
Strength.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a D100, please.
40.
40. Alrighty. Ankdrak, what's a stat you want to increase for Ankdrak? Whoops.
Ankdrak would like to increase his constitution.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll a D100, please.
30.
Alrighty.
Let's get this
Miranda.
more health.
Miranda, what's a stat you want to increase for Genesis?
Dexterity.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll a D100, please.
49.
Nice. Get those high rolls out of the way, I see. Becca, Kiriki.
Also dexterity.
Alrighty. D100, please.
84.
Ooh. Kevin for Malachi.
I would also like to increase Constitution.
Fair enough. D100, please.
That's a 44.
Alrighty. So I'll just put that to the side for now, and we'll come back to it next time it comes up. Alright. So where would y'all like to go within the city limits or outside?
Just to be clear, because I've never done that before, what exactly did we just do?
So you did that one time for the one shot. So whenever you got a question right, you rolled a D100 and then you added that together, and whenever you made a 100, you added that 1 to that stat.
Gotcha, that's right, okay.
So that's what we're doing there is I do this as kind of a filler so that I'm not handing out magic items like crazy. So if you like do something good, liberate a city, save people, do whatever the fuck, this is just kind of a filler to possibly give you a stat boost.
Gotcha, okay, cool. The note said we needed to leave to the southeast, so that is the direction that Malachi would start heading towards when the rest of the party gets back.
Alrighty. So you guys are standing rigidly outside the Temple of Dionysus. You can see like a little slight side boob, and you're like, oh, no.
Not the side boob!
But it's tasteful. It's okay. So yeah, you stand out there. Genesis, Ankdrak, and Aldora come out. All very different expressions.
Malachi would look to Genesis. Did you get what you needed?
I did, yeah, thank you.
We found a pile of skeletal corpses in the amphitheater.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a pile of skeletal
The bone
corpses.
pile.
Yes.
She's
The
gonna turn to
amphitheater.
Ankdrak. You told me it was just a pile of bones.
That's basically
Yes,
what a
a
skeleton
pile of
corpse
bones.
is. Yes.
Pile of bones? I thought it was just this tiny little thing of, like, animal bones or something. Not corpses.
No, it is very much
Oh.
corpse.
I should have clarified.
There's a lot of them.
Yes, it is a pile of corpses.
I would assume they gather their dead and put them in a pile.
Most likely.
We found out that a group has been evacuating the women, children, and weaker people for months before we have arrived. To where, we're not quite sure yet, but the last people that teleported out from the tunnels underneath, they were likely the last bit of fighters left in this city by the time that we got here.
There was people in the tunnels.
Oh. Yeah,
They left before we got to them.
there was remnants of some kind of teleportation. Likely a god moved the people that were there somewhere else right before we arrived. Forgot that you weren't down there. Sorry, Ankdrak.
I cannot see in the dark. I would not have been useful.
Yeah. But either way, from what we can tell, there were quite a few survivors here for a long time, but the demons eventually attacked the city. It sounds like most of the people that were here have already been killed, but there's at least the children and some of the weaker folk have been evacuated from what we can tell. Regardless, are we ready to move to the southeast?
Yes. This.
Ready as
Lead.
can be.
Then Malachi will give everybody a nod and then start heading towards the southeast exit of the city.
Yeah, that'll take you towards the main gate from where you came, and it'll take you around the southern bend of the mountain itself.
What time of day is it, by the way?
It's morning time.
Kind of leading into afternoon.
Yeah, because you guys rested, then went down there, and then kind of roamed around. So it's probably around 11.
Okay. Yeah, leading to about noon.
Yeah, depends on how long Genesis wanted to play the flute.
Yeah, goat lady. How long did you want to play the flute?
At least for one song. So it's only like a
All
couple
right, so
minutes.
5 hours.
Oh, God. And an encore.
Oh wait, that's pianos.
Alrighty. So you guys go around the southern side of the mountain, and you realize that following the map and then looking at the sky, or not map, but following the directions and looking at the sky, you realize that it's almost exactly taking you around the bend up the mountain, and then you go up north a little bit, and then if you go east as directed, you will go on the northern side of a small mountain range there. The mountains there only go probably about 4,000 feet high, which there's a lot of mountains around here. The mountains around Delphi go higher than that. So, relatively, that's not too big.
I assume we travel by the way of the map, or the note anyways, until dark falls so that we can rest safely and not travel by night. At least that would be Malachi's opinion.
Agreed.
All right. So if you guys follow this directly, then as you get to like the edge of the mountain range, kind of towards the beginning of it, it will be about nighttime. There's a lot of flat grass here. It doesn't grow very high, but you can see to the north, to the left of you, you can kind of see the greenery a little bit more, but you know that there's a river that runs that way. So it's more towards fresh water.
About how, would we be able to push towards the river to be close to it?
Yeah, you could do that. You could just plan ahead a little bit and then head northeast instead of just north from the edge of the mountains to be able to meet there.
Malachi would probably be thinking that we need to refill our water supply since fresh water may not have been very prominent in Delphi, and we've been traveling for multiple days, so...
Yeah. Ankdrak has food, so if you guys get water, you'll be set to go for a while.
Cool. Then yeah, I'd say we make it to the river and then set up camp nearby the river, get some fresh water, and then call it a day there.
I can cast Tiny Hut again.
As everybody's setting up for camp, Ankdrak will just go to each person with a little sack of food. And just hand it to. It looks like the sack is made of the dragon's skin. It's kind of rubbery. He'll like hold it out to Malachi, like a little lunch pail.
Malachi kind of gives him a weird look and then takes it. He's like, I guess it sustains us, right?
I added potatoes for carbs.
Thanks. I guess that's helpful.
Then he'll move over to Genesis and plop the rubbery sack onto her.
Hey, thanks.
That as he goes to Kiriki, though, he pulls out a sack that makes a bit more of a noise, like a bit of a splurch noise. And there's a little bit of what looks like congealing blood at the opening to it, and he'll like hold it out to Kiriki.
She'll take the bag and look at it and be like, "No, this is disgusting. The fresher, the better. I don't."
I did not know how fresh you wanted it.
This will rot in matter of hours. Thank you. And she like sets it on the ground.
He'll just kind of like stand there for a second. Okay, and then he'll turn around and go back to the edge of the dome area, because that's where they'll be setting up the dome. When he gets to Aldora, he'll like hold out one sack to her. Does Ethan get upset when he approaches towards Aldora?
No, not really, because basically you kind of had that bonding moment over food, so I'd assume not.
Okay, he'll kind of hold out one to Aldora. You should eat. You look like skin and bone sometimes.
Thank you. She will
And then
take the bag.
he'll turn to the dinosaur and he'll pull out like 5 bags. And he'll just go up to Ethan with the 5 bags. And he'll hold them up to Ethan.
Alright, so you guys are going to be taking a long rest. Who's in the hut?
Real fast, before I even cast Tiny Hut, I just want Genesis to take the time to go to the water, wash her hair, for one, and try to clean up a little bit. But also, she would like to try to see if there's any, like, berries and, like, flowers to collect in the area. And then cast the spell.
There are actually a plethora of berries and flowers in the area. There's no sign of life, no sign of fish, birds, animals, anything. And that may have helped the flowers and berries grow more. And whatever's eating the animals, probably not a big berry group.
Perfect. So yeah, I'd like to collect some, what I know is edible berries, and then any flowers that I find, I'm gonna re-braid my hair and braid the flowers into the hair.
That's fucking adorable.
Yeah, Malachi will make a note of going to the river and refilling his water skin properly and all of that as well.
Alright. Anybody want to do anything else?
Nope. Ankdrak will sit down in the usual just blanket stare as he consumes his own ration.
I mean, gotta do it.
He's got to eat protein, you know.
He's a hungry boy.
He's
Malachi,
a big boy. He needs a lot.
Malachi will be inside of the hut for the evening.
Yeah. So who's staying in the hut? Sorry.
Malachi.
Kiriki will.
Aldora will be doing the same old staying outside the hut with Ethan.
Ankdrak does not go in the hut.
Alright, so Ethan, Aldora, and Ankdrak are not in the hut. Now, just out of curiosity, is there a good reason you're putting yourself in danger?
He wants to stay more vigilant.
The pause there said it all. I'm good. Alright.
I think Aldora stays in danger because the dinosaur's out there.
Aldora, I understand. That's her little buddy.
Also, weird magic is spooky.
Sure.
Doesn't
Pretty
understand magic.
butterfly glittery magic. How is that spooky?
Oh, that's extra spooky.
Do you want to re-describe it just because it's fun?
Yeah, so basically a ring of like this purplish ring forms, and these butterflies fly from the ring, and they leave a little bit of a trail which forms the barrier. And it's just all pretty. It's all glittery and sparkly and magical.
It's all pretty. All right. And you're sure you want to miss out on that?
Oh, especially.
That's just sad.
Sure.
Magic's spooky, and Ankdrak doesn't like that shit. That's weird shit going on. It's too much work. When you can just hit thing with sword and it die, what else do you need?
My mistake. Alrighty. So you guys head to bed, getting that good night's sleep. Ankdrak, you'll be awake for all of it, but only semi-conscious for 4 hours at some point. Do you want that beginning, middle, or end?
He'll kind of start it off early for like the first 4 hours of the rest, and then as he's kind of like more conscious during the end, he'll just kind of whittle away at the piece of wood he took from the bar all that time ago.
Do you want Aldora to help you, or are you just like, nah, fuck it?
He'd probably just say, fuck it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And what's the worst that could happen? He dies?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Aldora will probably wake up a little bit later after that.
What's your passive perception, Ankdrak? You said 16 earlier?
Correct. His passive is 16.
Okie dokie. Alright, let me see here. Ankdrak, towards kind of the end, what would initially be about 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., you're sitting there watching Aldora and Ethan, and Ethan kind of makes like a big huff in his sleep, and you can see the dome, and you can't see inside of it, but you can just kind of see it existing when you feel a bit of wind behind you, and something has found you and snaked its way through the low grass. So kind of like I said earlier, the river has given way to more lively grass here. So the grass isn't exactly short. It's not really high, but it's probably about 8 to 10 inches throughout here. And something has made its way through there. And unfortunately, this something has a lot of attacks.
Oh, good.
That's okay. This is going to be hard to do. I'm just going to go through and say numbers, and you can tell me if they hit, okay?
Oh boy.
I'll take that as a yes.
He's a beefy target.
Well, the bitch started out with a natural 6, so this is going to be rough. All right, so 15, 20,
Miss. That hits.
27,
That hits.
23,
That hits.
17,
That misses.
29. Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh, that hits.
It is, as this hits you several times, you start to turn around and you see a snake-like woman. She has the lower body of a snake, literally. You can see the green scales and everything. And as she's standing up and bringing her full weight through each swing, you can see she has the upper arms or the upper body of a woman. And she has 6 arms and green hair and yellow eyes. And she is looking at you hungrily. I'm going to roll out some damage here. All right, first hit, 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Resistant and heavy armor master. And last time we went resist first, heavy armor master second. Do you want to keep that one?
Yeah, that worked.
Okay. So that's going to be 4. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. They have an ability called reactive. They can take 1 reaction on every turn in combat. That's every character. So I'm a little confused by that, but all right, whatever. Unless they mean like...
No, I think it's they get 1 after every person's turn.
Oh, it's kind of fucked.
That's kind of like the Cavalier Fighter feature.
That's a quick bitch.
Bitch.
All right, second hit, 14 slashing damage, half resistant, all that stuff. Yahoo.
All right.
Third hit, 17 slashing damage. Fourth hit, 13 points of slashing damage. And Becky, you haven't talked much. Will you please roll a D100?
Sure. 22.
22. slashing, 22. All right, so it's just times 2 damage. So 26 points of slashing damage from the last hit. You got lucky. Becca sucks. I'm kidding.
Okay. So he takes a total of what was that? 26 points of damage
And
after adding all that up.
Jeez, bro.
all right, everybody, please roll initiative. As this half snake, half woman with several arms and swords comes up out of the grass by the river. Malachi, how'd you do?
I got a 17.
Nice. Dora, how'd you do?
2.
A 2.
Yeah.
Way to go. Sorry.
And I got that one out of the way.
That's true. Next one's gonna be nat 20. Kiriki, how'd you do?
21.
Ooh, nice. Ankdrak,
7.
7.
Yep.
That's rough. Genesis, how'd you
He's
do?
really surprised right now.
That's, yeah. Genesis,
19.
19. All right, so here's how passive perception and perception works during combat. None of you know what the fuck's going on. So while you're sleeping, your passive perception is essentially halved. So Kiriki, you go first. Unfortunately, you're asleep. What is your passive perception?
11.
11. Okay, so unless somebody wakes you up, you ain't knowing shit. As you can imagine, she's quite dexterous, so she does go again. You ready to do it again, Ankdrak? She will not have advantage this time.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Ew. 11 to hit.
Nope.
27 to hit.
That hits.
22 to hit.
That hits.
26 to hit.
That hits.
22 to hit.
That hits.
21 to hit.
That hits.
No
5
crits.
hits.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. 26 to hit.
Oh, was that a 7th attack?
Yes. It's different.
Oh, but that does hit.
So I would hate to be Ankdrak a little bit here because he's kind of just in his own little world, spacing out almost as the whole night nothing has happened. It's been semi-peaceful. Grass is pretty and grown and green. The river's running next to him. There's almost no disturbances. The moon's out. A little bit of light. Looking very pretty out here. Which, by the way, the no light thing does kind of suck for Ankdrak, but it's fine. You hear sounds, but they're all in the distance. And then all of a sudden, just getting fucking hit. Turn around.
He just gets wailed on.
Yeah, that heavy hit, the last one. So he turns around, gets ready to actually fight. And then she just starts wailing again on him. And then this time, a tail, her little snake tail, comes up from behind her and starts wrapping around him. But we will do that in a minute. So, going from the top, there are 5 sword attack hits and then 1 tail attack. Alright, so 15 points of slashing damage. I'll let you do some math real quick.
Oh, which goes down to 5, by the way.
Jesus. 14 points of slashing damage.
Also down to 5.
8 points of slashing damage. Terrible roll.
Oh, Jesus. Down to 2.
13 points of slashing damage.
Down to 4.
15 points of slashing damage.
Down to 5 again.
And then the tail, it does do a little bit of damage. Oh, shit. I rolled on some X. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not cut in half, but -2, so 20.
If the target is medium or smaller, it is grappled.
Boy, he's grappled.
Until, what?
He's grappled, oh no.
Oh, I thought you were about to say he's immune to grapple. I was like, motherfucker.
No, he's not.
Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. She can automatically hit the target with its tail, and she can't make tail attacks against other targets. Okay, that's not too bad. Alrighty. So, that's fun. Interesting. So that is it for her turn. She has you grappled, did a little bit of damage to you. But next in the initiative order is Genesis. Genesis, what is your passive perception?
A solid 14.
You know, the comforts of a tiny hut really cannot be expressed. I mean, it is temperature controlled, it's comfortable. You're just having the best sleep ever. Malachi, what's your passive perception?
It's an 11. I'm dreaming peacefully.
Ankdrak, it is your turn. He is considered restrained. Your speed
Okay.
becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. You have disadvantage on attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Which,
Well,
that's fair.
that's gonna be fun. The snake woman's going to feel him tense up as he's going to pop a use of fighting spirit. So he gains 10 temporary hit points and he has advantage on all his attacks. Which
So just straight
counters
rolls.
Yep.
All right.
And he's going to try to wail back on her for attacking him like this.
Hit her.
And 13 to hit. Oof.
Unfortunately, that will not hit.
Yeah, so that's the first roll for a 13. Second is going to be a nat 1. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Not the best showing here, Ankdrak.
Oh, hey,
I mean,
Kevin's
he is
talking. Cool. Roll a D100.
Oh,
Oh
beautiful.
shit, I rolled it.
You already rolled
I rolled
it.
a disadvantage still.
Okay. D100 coming right up, boss.
Oh, no.
Oh, hold on. I
Nope.
rolled at disadvantage still when I evened the roll out. I'm sorry. So the nat
I
1
was
wasn't even the
wrong.
roll.
I'm sorry. What?
So I kept rolling at disadvantage even though I just popped fighting spirit.
Oh, how many attacks do you have?
2. So do
Oh.
you want the first 2 rolls?
Yeah, just the first 2.
Okay, then it would be an 18 to hit. So 13 and an 18 to hit.
Unfortunately, neither of those hit. The 13, you swing at her. The 18, she kind of just, with one of her sword, manages to just parry your attack to the side.
Oh, he's... Oh, boy. It's an action to try to break out of his restraint.
Sorry, hang on one second. Yes.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
That'll be his turn.
Okie dokie. After that, and anything goes after Aldora, but Aldora, what's your passive perception?
I believe it was 19. Yeah, it's 19.
And 19.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
Okie dokie.
You're on the cusp of hearing it, so let's give it a chance.
23.
That's pretty good. So you're having a dream, and you start dreaming about people fighting, and then you realize it sounds a little realistic, and you kind of open your eyes just a hair and see movement as Ankdrak is fighting a 6-armed crazy lady that's half snake, and Ethan is sleeping like a baby. You cannot see inside the dome. What do you want to do?
Well, she is gonna try to immediately, she's gonna try to wake up Ethan standing up really, basically jolting up and standing. She's going to immediately, does standing up, just in general, or, does any of that take up an action at all?
No, ma'am, it's just half your movement.
Okay. She's going to, bonus action, ready up the, crossbow, and she is going to try to shoot her tail to see if it'll manage to get her to let go,
Sure.
because she knows that trying to go up and swing is not a very good idea.
I mean, you never know. You can do it. Hit it with that crossbow. Give her that magic nat 20. If you nat 20 it, I'll give you her chance that she lets go.
Ah, man, not a natural 20, but it is a 21.
A 21 will hit.
Okay. Wow, I finally landed an actual hit on something that's not undead.
Every now and then it happens.
Hey, Ankdrak's doing poorly right now, so...
Hey, I know, I'm a little surprised.
Statistically,
I know
you've
you'll
got to
be
do
fine.
good.
He kind of deserves to do bad for once.
Ugh, but that sucked. Thank God that one wasn't on a different thing. It was a 3 damage.
Oh.
Interesting.
She just looks at you confused.
Aldora's just gonna shrug. And, okay. Dunzo. My action is complete.
Alright. Do you want to do anything with Ethan?
Would her attempt to, like, waking him up, which would basically just be, like, patting, or, like, shaking, would that basically wake him up at all, or?
Yeah. I mean, he's there
Okay.
for you, so if you shake him, he's like, yo, what's up? I'm here for you.
So it'd take, if he was to attack, if possible, that would just take up, like, half movement speed to get up,
Yep.
and then do whatever.
Yeah, and he can get to her easily.
Okay. Yeah, because he has 50 of movement speed to that. And he's gonna try to bite her head off,
You can do it.
if possible.
God, can you imagine a nat 20 with Ethan? That would suck.
I wish.
Chomp.
Oh, that's so close!
Yeah.
So close! It was a 19,
No.
plus 10, so
Jeez.
29.
That does hit, yes.
Okay.
She looks really surprised. Like, you can tell she's never seen a creature like this before.
25 points of
Ow.
damage.
Yes, ma'am. That hurt. A lot.
And that's gonna have to be it for him, because I know he can't tail attack the same creature.
Alrighty.
Tail attack Ankdrak would be funny.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Nah.
Okie dokie. We're gonna go back around, skipping over a few people, and getting back to her turn. So she's gonna make. Oh shit. So she's gonna have advantage on these attacks, and I believe the tail automatically hits. Hold on. Yeah. So the tail automatically hits against a character that is grappled by her tail. Alright, so 6 attacks with the swords as she has you in this snake tail, and she's just coming down at you with these swords. I would like it noted that it's just random happenstance that the she serpent was followed by another she serpent.
Different kinds of
Specifically
serpents.
two
Yeah,
green
you gotta
ones,
be
though.
kidding me.
29 nat 20 to hit,
Damn.
Yeah,
27,
that is.
21,
Yep,
18,
just on the money.
13,
That misses.
26.
Yep. 5 hits, 1 nat 20.
Do you want me to just give you the tail damage or wait till the end?
Wait till the end, because the slashing is, something I've got to do a lot of math on.
That's fair.
Because I got a half hit minus 2.
Alrighty. So there's 19 points of slashing damage for the first hit. Miranda, will you roll a D100 for me, please?
Okay, so 19
Yes.
is the crit that
Yes,
is
sir.
about to be... Alright.
Kevin, where is 63?
63 is a massive hit for 3 times damage.
Shit.
Oh, boy.
Hold on. 19.
Sorry.
57.
Oh,
I already did it. 57, and then I have to cut that half. That's going to be 29 minus 2, so 27 points of slashing there.
back to the beginning.
Anytime.
Yeesh.
Fuck. Damn, Ankdrak. Alright, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4 more hits in the
4
tail.
more regular hits.
Alright. 12 points of slashing.
Alright, 4.
7 points of slashing.
Oh, that's 1.
13 points of slashing.
That's 4.
14 points of slashing.
That's a good 5. So he takes 41 slashing,
And then the
which
tail.
would have been a lot more on everybody else.
Yeah. This probably would have killed a few people. The tail attack will do 11 points of bludgeoning. Not great.
Turn to 9, because he is still heavy armor master.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, she's burning through his hit points, but he is actually fine, pretty much.
Yeah. Aldora, I don't know what it would look like because you haven't really seen creatures that move as fast as this does, but you've probably seen snakes. So seeing one move this quickly, despite it being a half human, is probably still a little bit like, ow.
Like intimidating.
Yeah, because that's just 6 swings plus a tail and 1 attack. That's a lot.
You said there was 2, right?
No, she's just badass.
Oh. I thought you said another one was joining. I was like, oh dear God, please no.
No, sorry. After that, skip. Ankdrak, it is your turn.
All right, he's gonna try to break out of this.
All right, athletics or acrobatics, whatever you want to use.
He will use athletics. He is not very well. He's decently acrobatic, but
DC is 19.
17. Damn.
Oh.
That's not a saving throw, so I can't use Indomitable, sadly.
What's the wording of abdominal? Or...
Indomitable requires a failed saving throw. I can re-roll once per day.
Do you want your bard to give you inspiration? Oh, wait. She's asleep.
Bonus action, since he's still kind of in there, it's... Let me double check. Yeah, he's going to use Second Wind. As he kind of breathes in a big breath, and he kind of just... and he's going to heal 1d10. Plus 9.
That's fair.
Max healing, 19 points of healing back.
So, are you a cleric, or...
No, he's just better at healing. He can only heal himself. But he's kind of just glaring as he's trying to wiggle out. He needs to get out of this grapple.
Yeah, she's very sneaky, very quiet.
But that will end his turn. He looks better, but he's starting to look like his skin is starting to get cut open.
Damn.
Surprisingly, though, not a lot of blood. It looks more like speckles of blood, not, a pouring wound like you would normally see from all of those attacks.
So he's damaged, but not, like, terrible.
He's about a third of his hit points, so...
Alright.
Please tell me if that's metagaming.
Aldora, you are the healer. You can tell by looking at him exactly the numerical value of his life.
That's pretty badass, dog. I wish I could do that in real life. It'd be really funny to just walk up to somebody and be like, you got about 23 hit points, and just walk away.
Can you imagine being a doctor, though? You go to the hospital, somebody's like, quick, doctor, he's gonna die. And you're like, oof. Yeah, he's... No, I'm gonna go.
He's got, like,
he's in his
1
death
hit point
saves.
left.
Yeah, this
He's on
guy's
his
got
death
2 death
save,
saving throws.
And he failed both of them.
Alright, Aldora. Heal him up. Help him. Do something.
I think he's fine.
Fair enough. Shoot him with the crossbow.
The tables have turned. So... Aldora is going to try to move up and try to free Ankdrak by, like, trying to go after the tail. Like, trying to cut off the tail to free him.
With your mace?
She shall do that. She's gonna try to roll to hit with the mace. Yeah.
So you're using the mace to cut off its tail? I just want to say that out loud.
Well, yeah. Does an 18 hit?
So it would hit, but she uses her sword to parry your mace to the side and just kind of glares down at you, but doesn't say anything.
Aldora's just gonna look slightly defeated for a second. Okay. I won't really be able to do much other than that stuff. Yeah.
Alright, Ethan, what do you want to do with him? If anything. I mean, you could just have him, like, walk away.
Nah. He's gonna bite.
Nat 20.
Imagine with, like, a
wished.
quadruple damage, though.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Blah. 18?
Unfortunately, because you're on the same term as Aldora, she cannot parry that. So that will hit.
Oh, thank God. I was like, can you really parry a giant bite? Yeah, but he's not here.
No, he's not. He has hacks, though.
Well, hacks? Oh, thank God, that's a good one. 36?
Oh shit.
I know. I was like, thank God. No one.
That's a lot. Alrighty. That hurt.
And that's gonna be it for him.
Alright, nothing else you want to do?
No, not at the moment. Even trying to move would give it an attack of opportunity. And I do not want to be faced with that.
Okie dokie. Skipping over Kirky. She's gonna go again. You're still grappled, so she's gonna have advantage, and then the auto hit from the tail.
Yup.
Here we go. 18 to hit.
That's on the money.
That was weird. 17 to hit.
That misses.
24 to hit.
That hits.
25 to hit.
That hits.
25 to hit.
That hits.
28 to hit.
That hits.
Wait.
That's 5.
I'm sorry, wait. No, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, that's 5 hits.
Okay, damn. Alright, so we'll do that and then we'll do the tail. No crits though, so that's good news. 14 points of slashing damage.
5.
20 points of slashing damage.
Oof, 8.
That's our max in case anybody was curious.
Her max damage to Ankdrak is 8.
10 points of slashing damage.
3.
8 points of slashing damage.
2.
13 points of slashing damage.
4.
And then 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
21. So
Alright.
he's gonna take 43. He is still alive after more damage than I think anybody combined could take.
Yep. Alright. Skip. Ankdrak, it is your turn.
He's gonna try to break out of this because this is annoying him. Let's find out. 18. Damn it, Ankdrak. Break free, you piece of shit.
What's your athletics bonus?
Plus 8.
Oh shit, so
that's
you actually have a good chance.
Yeah, 18, but he rolled an 18.
Damn.
Bonus action, he already used second wind, so he's going to pop another fighting spirit, so he gains another 10 temporary hit points. And he's going to action surge. And he's just gonna say fuck it and attack her.
Alright. You have disadvantage.
Yup. Well, he's fighting spirit, so it flattens.
Oh yeah, sorry.
20 to hit.
It would hit, but she's gonna use one of her swords to parry it out of the way.
And a 15 to hit. Fuck.
Unfortunately, that will not hit.
He's just kind of gritting his teeth. He didn't even have time to put his helmet on, so he's just still. His eyes don't have much emotion, but he seems to be trying.
Yeah.
Yelling's a free action. Right?
Yep.
He's just going to yell out, "Wake up!" And he's to hope they all hear that.
Everybody roll a free perception check.
Honk.
I rolled a 10.
Dirty 20 for Malachi.
Kirky,
So dirty.
12?
you are all awake.
Woo!
You just kind of like start blinking your eyes, kind of getting that weird blurriness out of them as you see Ankdrak grappled up by a large snake who has several swords swinging down on him. And Aldora, it is your turn.
Okay. So, Aldora is going to use one of her... no, not that I'm actually doing something else. Aldora is going to use Cure Wounds on Ankdrak. 11 points of healing.
He's alive still.
And because that took up an action, she's going to do her fun little jazz again of War Priest, which is you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. So she's gonna try to swing again with the mace. Oh, 22? Please don't parry the 22.
A 22. Hold on, let me look at her intelligence. She's not going to parry it because she remembers last time.
T-Rex?
Yup.
Yeah, I figured. That would be the more intimidating thing. Okay.
Go ahead and roll that sweet damage.
Hey, it's 5, so it's better than doing 3.
Alright, so 5 points of damage. You got it. Hey, quick question. Is this mace magical?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
And that is going to conclude Aldora's turn. And...
Ethan.
Oh, wait. Shit! I forgot about something this entire time, but I will, see if my attack hits. And then I'll mention, like, how it be effect.
Are you talking about for you or Ethan?
Ethan,
Oh, okay.
please hit, because 15?
Unfortunately, at 15 will not hit.
Damn.
She's quite sneaky.
Yeah, because I forgot this entire time. Is she like a medium or a small creature?
She's a large creature.
Oh, but never mind. Definitely want to take an effect. Okay.
She's got Ankdrak grappled. She's got to be big.
That is fair. That concludes my turn.
Alrighty. After that, Kirky, you are freshly awake. What would you like to do?
Use half my movement to stand up.
Fair enough.
I can't get much further. But I am going to exit the bubble. And I'm going to get to, let's see how far I can get. I can get about here.
You can go all the way to her if you want. I just kind of randomly placed you people.
Oh, okay. Then I can get all the way to her.
Yeah, fuck it.
Perfect. Bonus action, Kiriki is going to drag one of the scimitars across her forearm, and it's gonna like the whole scimitar is gonna glow a black, like a dark red color, as she just cast, where did it go? Icarus Smite.
Sounds sick.
Yeah, it hurt. I have to take damage for that. That is 2d8 of my own health. 6
Yikes.
points.
Oh, cool. A good one.
It was only 6. I don't think we've healed since the last fight. Since we didn't, I don't think we short rested, but I'm fine.
Did we manage to get through enough of our long rest, or?
I don't care. I'm fine.
Which fight are you talking about?
Though under the tunnels.
Oh, yeah. So you haven't really short rested, but if you want to say that you kind of short rested while they were all looking around because you didn't really do much, then you can.
Yeah, it's fine. I got enough health. I'm gonna take my first swing. This attack will have the first. I think it said the first attack that hits. The first time you hit. So if my first attack missed, my second attack will get it.
Okay.
22 for the first hit, so that one has the smite. And then my second
As
hit
you-
is a 12.
As you go to hit her with that first swing, you see one of these 6 swords comes out and kind of hits against your scimitar, and she just glares down at you with these yellow eyes.
The 12 doesn't hit?
No, ma'am.
Cool. That blows that spell. That's fine. That's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Ankdrak, you ready?
Yep.
Alright, here we go. 20 to hit,
Yep.
23 to hit,
Yep.
26 to hit,
Yep.
21 to hit,
Yep.
22 to hit.
Yep. That sounds
Where
like
are we?
6 hits.
2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 29 to hit, natural 20.
Yep. Can I?
Alright.
I'm gonna blow my inspiration. Get rid of that. 20.
The natural 20?
Yeah,
Alright, I'll roll it again. 19 to hit.
that hits still, but not in that 20. That's all I care about.
Jeez.
That was worth it in my opinion, you're good.
It was worth it because he might survive this. A crit, he could die. No, get knocked down.
Fair enough. Alright. 13 points of slashing damage.
4,
15 points of slashing damage.
5,
10 points of slashing damage.
7. You said
10.
10.
10.
Okay. It sounded like 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having issues with the T. 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And here comes the tail. 30 points of bludgeoning damage. Damn.
He almost survived all of it. If it wasn't for that tail attack, he would have actually still been up because of the temp HP.
But he's down now.
He is officially down.
All right.
Ew, shit. Oh, okay.
Kiriki, as your blood comes across you and on your sword, and you see it almost splatters a little bit onto her sword as she parries your attack, as she squeezes him and you see his eyes slowly close, she looks at you. Do you speak Abyssal?
I do not.
I do, if I can hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it. She speaks quietly, but in Abyssal. She looks at Kiriki and she says, "Traitor." Let's see who's next. Genesis. Fuck.
Whoa. Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, I'll use half my movement to stand up and be like, what the fuck is going on? And step out of the dome. And I'm going to...
Dome disappears.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm going to hope this fucking works. And I need her to make me a wisdom saving throw as I cast a 4th level spell. And these runic symbols appear on her arms. Like on her arms, not on my arms. As I start doing an incantation for polymorph.
That's rough.
That's real funny.
So I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping she fails.
Do you polymorph her into a snake?
I was gonna polymorph her into a bird.
Oh, a snake would have been kind of funny. That's why I asked.
I thought about it.
So, do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Good news.
The good news is she's not a bird.
Yeah, I figured as much. It was worth a shot.
What's the bad news?
The bad news is she takes notice of it and looks at fucking Genesis.
Woo!
You see Ankdrak go limp, and she just kind of glares at Kiriki and then you.
Fine. Bardic Inspiration Kiriki.
I miss you being asleep.
Fuck you!
All right, Malachi, it's your turn.
Okay, Malachi will use half his movement to stand up, and then the other half to close into range on this snake creature. As he's running towards it, he casts his Hexblade's Curse upon it. So he has +4 to damage rolls, scores a crit on a 19 or 20, and gains HP if it dies.
Jesus.
And then he's going to run up to it and make 2 black scythe attacks.
Yeah, I mean, so the upper half of her is a woman, and you see these 6 arms, these 6 swords, but her tail and her lower half are long, easily 12 feet long, and it's thick towards the base, towards where it's kind of the half between human and snake, and you have never seen a creature like this before.
Wonderful. Yeah, so is Ankdrak still grappled, technically speaking?
Yes,
Okay,
it hasn't been her turn.
cool. All right. Let me do those 2 attack rolls here. First one is a 24 to hit.
She's going to use one of her swords, kind of whirling around to knock your sword away. She's going to hiss at you.
Does the second one for a 27 hit?
Damn. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Yeah, Malachi looks at her at the first one, and she bats his scythe away, and he kind of spins around with a grunt and takes the second attack. The extra 4 damage. Holy shit, max damage. That is 20 points of damage to her.
What weapon is this?
This is my scythe. It is a magic weapon.
Damn it. All right. Yeah, it looks like it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Well, hurts.
He digs in with that slice, and then
He was targeting her like snake torso part to see if that will do anything to help release the limp form of Ankdrak from her grasp. I don't know if it mechanically does anything, but I'm just saying it because flavor.
She will release him. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, then that is his turn.
Alrighty. Ankdrak, would you please roll a flat d20 for me?
Is this his death save or something?
It is.
He has advantage on those.
Well, isn't that fucking great?
12 or a 13.
I'll take the 12, but you pass.
He
So you have
passes.
one. Yeah, you have one good one. Aldora, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So, seeing Ankdrak go down, she is going to use Cure Wounds again, but at a higher level. She's gonna cast a fourth level. So, to me, 48, right? You'll heal 23.
Oh boy.
There, you're alive again. After that, there's not a ton that she can do at the moment. Unless she wants to really use her thing again. Not F it. She'll use the, War Priest again to roll as her bonus action as an action with the mace. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit, yes ma'am.
Okay. Total of 5 damage.
Yes ma'am, she feels the sting of that. Ow.
What?
Ethan?
Oh. Time for Ethan?
Yes ma'am. Unless you wanted to do something with the Aldora.
Natural 20? 14.
Unfortunately, a 14 will not hit. She's just quick as shit.
Damn. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Alright, Kiriki. What you want to do with all that junk?
Attack her 3 times.
Ooh.
First attack, 18. Second attack, 23. And third attack is a natural 20 for 28.
Yes, Kier.
Jesus.
Fuck yeah.
Alright. So she can't tell the future, so she is going to parry the 18, but the 23 and the natural 20 will hit.
Did she
Alright,
already
so-
use a reaction? Does she have a limit on that?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Because
no.
you parried me and then you parried Malachi.
She gets a new reaction every time for someone's turn.
It's similar to Cavalier. They can attack everybody on their reaction regardless of how many reactions they take a turn.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure if
Same.
it worked like that. Just making sure.
When you have 6 arms, it's just what you can do.
Fair enough. Hope she eats mad shit on that nat 20 though.
So for the 23, I'm going to expend a use of Rendering Blow. I can deal an extra 1d6 points of damage. It won't work with the natural 20.
Is that the thing you did last time?
Yeah, so what I'll do is, the 1d6 and it'll drain into my blood pool. 16 points of slashing damage, and I gain 6 points into my blood pool.
Nice.
Ow.
Alright, and now the damage for the natural 20. It would be a full d6, I think. Yeah, so it would be a full 6.
This is going to go very bad very quick.
18 points for the
Nice.
second
Oh.
hit.
So not too bad, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Alright, before I minus his health, go ahead and roll that number 8.
Oh, right. I forgot the
Oh, wait, no. If you forgot, it's fine. Don't do it.
No, you could do it. Please do it.
the 1d100.
Yes, ma'am.
34.
Yes.
What is it? 34? 34 is powerful hit. 2 times damage. Chance shield breaks. I don't think she's got a
So-
shield.
18 times 2.
36. All right.
36.
Ooh, she's very hurt.
16
Fuck.
and 36. That's a mean round, Kiriki.
She is definitely bloody. You can see his black blood kind of going all over her and Ankdrak. What's her perception? That's pretty good. All right. So it is her turn. Oh, I'm sorry. Kiriki, is there anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's my whole turn.
All right. Fuck it. So she's going to swing at you, Kiriki, 6 times.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. 17 to hit.
No,
18 to hit.
yeah.
18 to hit.
Yes.
25 to hit.
Yes.
21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
16 to hit.
No.
Okay, so 4 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 13 points of slashing damage.
That's it?
15 points of slashing damage. 20 points of slashing damage, max.
God damn.
And then 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I'm still up.
No offense, but I'm fucking glad she went for you because I'd be super dead.
I'm still standing. I don't look great, but I'm still standing.
And while she's looking at you hissing, you see her tail muscles flex and crush Ankdrak for 33 points of damage.
Oh, what? That's fucked.
She has a 23 passive perception.
Oh, poor guy.
Ankdrak is down again.
Are you
Jesus.
ass up?
Aldora's like, damn it, you're making me do work.
Yeah, she just was like breaking a sweat here, trying to like recast.
Alright, and this is the end of her life.
I want to point out she did like 300 or almost 400 damage to Ankdrak alone at this
I
point.
have no idea.
Like if it weren't for the resistance to slashing damage, that saved me
Genesis.
so many times.
Genesis, it is your turn. You see her just a whirling tornado of swords.
Wee, fancy. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna heal. Okay, I'm gonna heal Kiriki.
Fuck Ankdrak, you'll be alright.
Well, because Aldora can do better healing than I can.
He'll live. It's fine.
He'll be fine. So, Kiriki, I'm gonna hit you with a 3rd level healing. No, not 3rd level, 2nd level healing.
Oh.
There we go. That's what I'm looking at.
Downgraded.
Sorry.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna heal Kiriki for 12.
Thanks. I'm back into the
and-
double digits.
Congratulations.
Oh shit.
Bardic Inspiration. Bardic Inspiration, Aldora.
Okay.
The end.
This group is great. I love y'all.
Alright. Malachi, it is your turn.
Oh, how'd you do?
Ankdrak has gone down. It's time to send him to the afterlife.
That's fine. I can handle that in a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna continue attacking with my 2 scythes. Or my 2 scythe attacks, excuse me.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Yeah. I can't wait. I should definitely do that. Anyways, I'm gonna re-roll that with my inspiration. It was a 12, but I'm gonna re-roll it.
Don't be an ad 20.
There we go. That's a critical hit, because I get crits on 19s with the curse upon her. So it's a 29 total. Crit
Damn it.
for the first one. And the
Alright.
second one is an 18 to hit.
She will parry that one.
That's fair. Let's see
If she lives.
I was gonna say, let's see if she even survives the first one. I should have rolled damage first. The crit damage is 28 points of damage.
I think she's about to die no matter what, but go ahead and roll that D100.
Okay. Oh god, yeah. 83. Abdominal. Ripped open, guts hanging out, stunned 1 round. Don't know if that matters at all.
Alright. That's a 21 on her half.
So she's not stunned, but she still takes the 28 points of damage.
And her guts are fucking hanging out.
Yeah. As Malachi sees Kiriki get battered by these 6 blades, he, or 4 blades, I guess, because she only got hit 4 times, but he spins around kind of around her back and, like, puts the blade of the scythe on her belly and just rips it, opening her up. Blech.
Yeah, I mean, you could see she's like wavering on her snake leg, or her snake body, just kind of waving back and forth, all this black blood dripping down her. She's barely hanging in there.
Then as a bonus action, I'll go ahead and do a Polar Master Strike, the back of her head.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was going to need to do that at all, but here we go.
Oh, and she parries her second attack.
She
Barely.
The pole arm? What?
No, the 18 to hit a while ago.
Oh, yeah. That is a 16 to hit.
A 16 will not hit.
Okay. Then that's the end of my turn.
Ankdrak, flat D20 with advantage.
That is a 15.
Alrighty, so you're good. You're fine. Aldora, it is your turn. This thing's barely hanging on. Ankdrak is not.
Ah, he's fine.
So, okay. Where is it? I don't even know, because I feel like if I just heal him, he's just gonna die again.
I want you to do whatever you want to do.
I mean, it means he's not taking death saving throws from her every round.
Yeah, I'll use another feature or another feat of mine. I'll use my healing hands feat. As an action, you can touch a creature or roll a dice of d4s equal to your proficiency bonus. The creature regains a number of hit points equal to the total rolled. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So, and my proficiency bonus is... Okay, just making sure I'm rolling this right. Okay. He heals 11.
Nice.
And that takes up my action. I think I'm gonna call that it. I guess I'll take it to Athan's turn.
Alright, Athan, what do you want to do?
Boy.
I'm sorry, when you're playing as Athan, I need you to speak as Athan.
Rah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Good effort. I like it.
25.
A 25. So she will raise one of her swords to parry it in a last-ditch attempt. It will go around her sword, biting the upper half of her body. As Athan chomps down, go ahead and roll some damage, but he is going to kill her.
Okie dokie.
This bitch tried to parry a dinosaur's fucking maw.
You damn right.
I was like, you were saying that, I was like, please don't do this. 35 points of damage. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at her, and you're angry. You're healing Ankdrak. Athan's fighting her. And then he raises his head, and you just see the bottom half of the snake, and he's chomping down. And then you see the sword just kind of drop out of his mouth.
Aldora's gonna give the snake girl a middle finger right before she dies.
Fair enough. All right.
Middle finger's a free
The
action,
ancient
right?
way of flipping the bird.
So we are out of initiative. She is super dead. It is early morning, about 3:30 at this point, after everything calms down.
Ankdrak is covered in so many cuts. His arms are like practically, you can see almost to the bone how many fucking cuts he has. I think he was attacked like a total of like 18 times or more from those swords alone. So you could just see him kind of standing there broodingly with his arms covered in slices.
Jesus. Aldora's gonna call out to everyone. If anyone else needs healing, please stand by me. As she is going to cast Prayer of Healing at 3rd level. So,
Malachi will go over to Kiriki and just kind of be like, you need this, and try and push her towards the healing, because she has shown resistance to this in the past.
How close do I have to be to Aldora for it?
Honestly, I think you already are in the range. It's just 30 feet of range.
I think we're all in the 30
Yeah.
foot range, except maybe Genesis.
Genesis
Genesis-
is
Yeah, she's right in it.
yeah,
though.
she's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in it.
Okay. Everyone heals 20.
Nice.
Woo!
All right, cool. So the lady gets back up. I'm just playing.
No, she's currently being eaten by a dinosaur.
The snake
Yeah.
part grows a head, and now it's a snake.
That's a
Well, that's fine.
reward.
I like that.
Good dinosaurs get the treat of a dead snake woman.
What was that?
Annoying.
I can completely agree with you. She will say that in a very annoyed tone as she is healing again.
Kiriki is trying to look over what's left of the body. Trying to like keep Ethan from eating too much of the the top portion of it. Like she's
Slurps
just
the
got
snake part like a noodle.
Yeah, she's just got like her hand on his giant maul, trying to keep him from like the torso half of the lady.
I think that part's already been eaten.
I think that's the part he ate in one bite.
That's
Yeah.
already 8.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
He bit her in half.
Well,
There might be
There's
some
no
intestines on the ground if you wanted to look at those.
that's
He just
not
went
helpful.
munch.
There's giant snake noodle tail.
We should put it in some miso broth. Have some snake ramen.
Her sword's cool. Or her sword's still on the ground.
They are still on the ground. You look around and you only see 5, and then Ethan spits one out. Oh, there it is.
Are there any sigils or anything on the swords?
Hold on.
It was like the anticipation is killing me.
All right. Kiriki, you do find a symbol on the hilt of the sword at the very bottom.
Yeah.
It is hard to describe. It's like a long point with a crescent moon going through it sideways. And then on each like bend of the crescent moon, it looks like there's almost the bottom half of a triangle. So that it comes down a little bit at a point and then makes a flat plane across the bend of the crescent moon and then goes up again. So that it's like a straight point, crescent moon sideways through it, and then these two like bottom halves of a triangle on each bend of the crescent moon itself.
Okay. Can I roll a history check to see if I recognize what that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Do I still have Bardic Inspiration? Just in case?
No.
Did you
Yeah, I think-
use it?
I did not use it.
Wait, I thought you gave it to Aldora.
Yeah,
She,
I can keep giving it to people. It doesn't disappear unless they start using it.
she gave
It
one.
disappears after 10 minutes.
She gave one to Kiriki at the start of combat.
Oh, fuck.
At the
Fine.
start of your guys' combat.
Well, I don't think it's gonna help my natural one.
Fuck.
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, you wanna see? There's a sigil on the scimitar. Do y'all recognize it?
Bitch.
I'll take a
And
look.
Ankdrak will glance at it. He's mad at this bitch. So he wants to know why the fuck.
Yeah, what is the sigil? Gee.
What kind of check will that be, Todd?
Anything that you want to use that could apply to it.
History.
Arcana.
I used
Hey, you
religion,
know-
but I only got an 11.
I'm gonna also use knowledge from a past life. I got a 14.
We're rolling so bad.
I'm gonna
I'm a
use my
religion
inspiration.
I'll religion check.
Goddamn.
Damn, Miranda.
You and Aldora
For
almost rolled
inspiration.
the reverse.
Okay. So let's go down the line here. How did everybody do?
This is unfair.
So
I can
great.
use inspiration. 3 roll.
Don't waste it.
Don't
You got-
learn from my lesson.
I got a 14 total because I did use knowledge from a past life to see if I get a little bit more.
A 14 in what? Religion?
History.
History,
Seeing
okay.
if he's seen it anywhere. in his very journeyed past.
Malachi got an 11 on religion.
Nice.
I rolled a natural 1 for a 13, and then I used my inspiration to roll another natural 1 for a 13 on Arcana.
Consistent.
Did she just take
Wow.
damage because of a double nat 1?
I mean, she was asleep.
Fair.
She's
Feel
probably
groggy.
just like, what the fuck is going on? You guys are weird.
Aldora, what'd you do?
14 for religion.
In what? Okay. So, shockingly, none of y'all know anything.
I wouldn't say shockingly.
I
Not
don't
the brightest
know.
tool in the shed.
It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen, but then again, the thing holding it is not like anything I've ever seen either.
A nuisance.
Have I encountered one of these snake ladies before?
Have you?
I don't know. I'm asking Todd.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was thinking about it.
Can I? I'm gonna hurt myself, and I'm gonna cast detect magic on the scimitars. I want to see if they're
Okay.
magical. I took 1 point to cast detect magic.
Oh, okay, cool. That's an okay one. We'll accept that one.
Unfortunately, none of them are magical.
Yeah.
Are they like abnormally sized blades, or are they at like normal sized weapons?
They look normal sized.
Okay. Just making sure they weren't like larger than average. We could sell them. Military
Ew.
could use more weapons.
Everybody's dead. This whole country has been beset by demons. Who do you think is going to buy a demonic sword?
The ship captain could bring it back to Troy when we see
If-
him again.
If you want to carry around a bunch of useless weapons, that's your choice.
I could also throw them at things.
Isn't Ankdrak already carrying enough?
I mean, there's more people.
He's not a pack mule.
Not with that attitude.
At this point, he has the most carrying capacity at, 270.
Well, what now? Do we feel like we should move on? I mean, I'd prefer to get back to resting, but I'm a little wary of the fact that giant snake things are here.
You still feel slightly tired. You feel like you need to go back to sleep to really get that full rest going.
We should start taking more watch shifts rather than just allowing. And she looks over towards Ankdrak to be the only one to keep an eye out for things.
He's taking like a fishing hook and some line and trying to sew his wounds closed.
Also, maybe next time, say something before you're wrapped up in a snake's tail and getting diced to pieces.
Better me than you.
Better neither of us.
If we
Numbers
are
are
going-
our advantage.
If we are going to be traveling, we should set that as a rule. Whoever is on watch, catches anything, just say something. Awake the others.
I agree.
Me too.
Aldora's just gonna like look away and look at Ethan and just kick the dirt a little bit.
Andrew, I thought Aldora
Ethan
would
looks
be
happy and
screaming.
well fed.
I imagine he's currently slurping the snake tail like a noodle. You just hear like a noise.
Aldora's not surprised.
Delicious.
Malachi will return to the tiny hut and try to go back to sleep, I guess.
Ankdrak will sit down where he is.
So here's the thing about the tiny hut. As soon as Genesis exits it, it goes away.
Yeah.
So you can go back to the spot where it was and just kind of like look around.
Yeah, no, I think that Malachi won't question it too much. He'll just, go back to where the hut was and throw down his bedroll or whatever and just try to sleep there.
That's fair.
I can just recast it.
No, if you just want. Yeah, if you could recast it, then they'll wait.
Yeah, I'll just recast it.
Alrighty. Same thing as last time. Everybody but Ankdrak, Aldora, and Nathan.
Yeah, Ankdrak is going to sit down. Thankfully, he's not covered in too much blood. Because he doesn't bleed much.
A boon.
Oh, that's good. Alright. So a few hours later, you guys get a long rest. All your spells, all your hit points, all your hit die. You see the sun rising. Ankdrak, maybe looking around a little bit more this time, watching the sunrise.
Ankdrak would when he awakens, quote unquote, when he's feeling rested, he'll go over and he'll kind of dip into the river to get the specks of his blood off of his armor. He's got to keep that
That's
shit
fair.
clean. His cloak's fine. It's bright red.
You guys went a few miles off track to be close to the river, but it was a good idea, and you can easily get back to where you were.
We should continue on the path.
I agree. Let's continue setting forth. Malachi will probably just try and figure out about how far they've traveled based on the note and the map that they have, and then try and get everybody heading back towards the right path.
So essentially, you only have about half a day left of traveling along the mountainside because of how far you have already gone.
Are you all prepared?
I mean, as prepared as one can be to enter what is likely an already raging battle. Did you all get a good night's sleep last night?
I do not sleep.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go as well.
Genesis?
Yeah, let's head out.
Actually, I had a different question for Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
So she is a storyteller. She is a story maker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the first times that she has actually faced something that dangerous. What would be going through her mind?
She's fucking terrified. So
That's fair.
yeah, she wants to keep going, but she definitely is like, I don't know if I can do this. Compared to everyone else, she's kind of not been as efficient in battle as everyone else has been. So she's a little bit skeptical of her own abilities at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, so Ankdrak is a tank. Ankdrak is almost unstoppable. But you watch that thing squeeze him, and he went lights out twice. So seeing her do that to somebody like that, and then them mentioning that if it was anybody else, it probably would have killed them, like that would hit home a little bit for me.
Yeah, definitely bit off more than she can chew.
Ah, she's fine. She'll live forever. All right. So you guys head south, get back along the mountain ridge, and then head east. Let's see here. Miranda, since you're already talking, do you want to roll D100?
Ew. 48.
48?
Ah.
All right. There's a little dark clouds, but otherwise you're good to go. Nothing happens. Just a little overcast, that's all. But shortly before noon 30, like around noon 15, you guys come up on a bad sight. You can see that there are men and a couple of women using shields and swords, and they have tunics on with like light armor on, leathers and straps, and a couple of pieces of bronze armor. But it looks very like kind of put together. And unfortunately, there's only one man left standing when you get there. And Kiriki, Ankdrak, probably Genesis, definitely Aldora. Y'all can tell from the way he's fighting and the way he's standing that this is a freshly trained person. Like, his feet are squared, his shoulders are squared, everything's, shoulder width apart, squared stance, blah, blah. He's keeping his arms up, but he's not adapting to the way this fight is. He's doing what he's trained to do, and then that is it. Unfortunate for him. However, you do see around him a lot of these kind of black creatures with the long talons and the long claws, and they are a lot lower than you guys. So it's something that's easy for you to kill, but for normal people, not so much. So as you approach this situation, maybe like 60 to 100 feet away, you see this guy kind of block a hit, and then this thing kind of just knocks his shield aside as three more approach from behind him, and then it stabs him in the chest and reaches down and bites him in the throat. As you guys are coming up, what would you like to do? There are four of these Larger creatures. They're between 4 and 6 feet tall. They vary. They are pretty broad. They do not have wings. They just have long claws and long taloned feet. And sharp teeth that look almost like a humanoid mouth with red eyes.
So all of the humans that we're fighting are now dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see 2 dead, like black creatures, but there are about 10 dead humans on the ground. They are a lot lower CR than you, so we're not even going to roll initiative. Just tell me how you want to kill them and done.
I mean, Ankdrak would just go running at them with a greatsword.
Yeah, I think Malachi would probably be basically just doing the same, just like charging in towards where the humans have all died and killing anything that's nearby the group of dead humans, and then leaving the rest further past them to the other fighters.
Alrighty.
Aldora will
You-
just
you s-
get enough into range to where she can just kind of cast Sacred Flame from her own distance.
How many of these are there?
There are 4. 2 dead already, and then 4 up. One of them just killed a human.
Alright, Kiriki will also run towards one to slice it up.
Alright. So you guys run in from the side, slicing, dicing, and killing. Sacred Flame bursting up out of the ground. You can easily dispatch of these 4 creatures.
And Ankdrak would like to grab one by its head and slam its head into his sword, splitting its skull open.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's
He,
pretty
he,
All
he,
right.
didn't, he didn't hit them with the sword, he hit the sword with them.
So,
Fair enough.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Would Aldora be able to use Spare the Dying on the person that had just...
I mean, his throat was bit out.
Oh yeah, there would have been no way.
Yeah. But she runs up there and sees this guy, and his eyes, like, he's looking up towards the sky, and he almost looks like he mouths something, but there's nothing but gurgling sounds coming out. And you can see as he's mouthing something, the blood is kind of pumping out of his throat as he, like, almost looks like he's trying to talk. And then he just kind of, like, stays still, and his eyes stay open. And then,
I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead.
Is there any way that Aldora could have been able to, like, lip read what he was trying to say?
Man, you have a really good passive perception.
So that I see there's a possibility.
You're
There
saying
is
there's
a
chance.
possibility. I'm saying there's a chance. I want to make you roll, but your passive perception is so high that it's kind of hard to justify.
I mean, you could ask her to roll an intelligence check to see, because she could catch the words, but translating a lip reading without the the specific ability could be an intelligence check.
Okay, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Roll a religion check, please.
Religion?
Religion.
Ugh. So, I'm pretty sure that Bardic Inspiration's already gone, isn't it?
Yes.
7. Natural.
I mean, as he's dying, if you want to, like, quickly tap Genesis on her shoulder a bit. Quick, inspire me. I'm kidding.
Quickly inspire me.
So with a 7, I'm going to say that you can't really catch the first word he says, but you do kind of see his mouth say, "Your time has come to an end." But you didn't catch the name or who he was talking about.
As Malachi walked up to kill these things, he was not actually using his scythe. I'm going to say he was using his Eldritch Blast, which is, as stated before, basically just white, ghostly skulls shrieking out of his face to kill things.
Jesus.
And then he approaches behind Aldora as she tries to figure out what this guy was saying. And he looks down at her and he says, "Do you want to know what he had to say?"
Oh, shit.
Yes, actually. It could be useful for our journey.
Damn it.
And Malachi kneels down and casts Speak with Dead.
Brody.
And the first question that he asks him is...
Wait. So, I'm assuming you've read the spell recently.
Yeah.
Where is Aldora when this is happening?
She's gonna be like right in front of the or at least right next to the person that just died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Imagine standing right above us both.
Yeah. Do you know why I'm asking?
I don't.
I'm reading the spell, and I also don't know.
Athena.
Mm.
All right. So it does. I don't feel too bad since it's free for you, but so you cast a spell, and like its eyes kind of light up, giving this purplish glow behind its eye sockets, and its mouth fills with this purplish glow, and it looks at you, and then it kind of sees out of the corner of its eye, and it looks over to see this shield showing the symbol of Athena, and it just looks back at you, and you see its mouth closes.
He kind of just asks it, "What were your last words as you died?" And seeing it just like hush itself, he kind of like looks at it very quizzically and then looks up at Aldora and says, "The corpse refuses to talk to us. And he kind of like tilts his head a little bit. He's like, "This doesn't usually happen. The dead are compelled to speak when I ask. This is strange."
This is the first time it's happened.
I mean, yes, the only time it doesn't usually happen is if I'm the one who killed them, but by all rights, this should have been one of our allies.
That's strange.
He releases the spell and then stands back up and looks at Aldora and says, "I suppose I can't give you an answer, I'm sorry."
It's alright. I know at least a majority of what he had said.
I don't understand why these souls would not be willing to speak to us. I don't like this.
Can Ankdrak look kind of over them? Because he'd start, like, trying to collect them into a kind of line in a pile. And when he's doing that, does he find any religious symbols on these individuals?
No, which is the weird part. Most everybody carries a symbol of their god, but there are none to be found.
What kind of, like, colors are these guys wearing? Like, other than their leather and their... Are they wearing any dyed cloth?
No. They all look simple colors, simple armor, simple leathers. All of it looks meshed together, and you can see different clothes from different places. You do see a little bit of like a Delphi style, along with a little bit of Thebes style, Corinth style, Athens style. Like, it looks like there's just a mesh of cultures and people.
Okay, so no identifiable colors, no identifiable symbols.
No.
He'll collect the bodies and kind of just line them in a pile, and then he'll look to the others. Does anyone have any rights to say to them before they go?
Malachi will go to each of the bodies, inscribing a lowercase theta symbol on their foreheads in their own blood, and then leaving a single gold coin on each of their chests. And then he will stand back up and say, "I've done what I can. I don't know if these people even follow the ways of the gods anymore, if they're not compelled to speak with us.
It does not look like it.
Power that Hades commands to make souls speak is not usually denied, but they can deal with that when their souls reach him."
They were warriors still, fighting till the end.
Indeed.
And putting a torch about at each you said there's about 10 people total?
Yes, sir.
He'll put a torch at every 2 people's feet, because, you know, that's to start lighting them. So he'll use about 5 torches to start a small funeral pyre for them.
Alrighty. As you are doing that, something a little strange happens. A woman runs out of the cave that is roughly 20 feet away from where all of this is taking place. She is not a normal-looking woman by any standards. She has kind of like teal hair that starts in kind of a dark teal and then goes to a light teal, and then it drips off into kind of a watery form behind her. It goes a little bit past her lower back, She has leather chest armor on, leather wrist guards, leather pants on. She has a couple of satchels around her waist, and she holds 2 swords, and she has these light eyes that are glowing like a very light blue, and she has these different symbols around her, almost like tattoos that are lighting up. And as she runs out of this cave, she has 2 swords, one in each hand, and they almost seem to be dripping water. And she runs out of breath, and you can see she's cut, and she's dripping like this kind of teal glowing water out of her wounds. And she's out of breath. She's bent over a little bit. She looks towards the group of people on the ground, and you can see her swords drop and her mouth opens a little bit. And you can see she's hit by this like face of sadness and sorrow. But then she kind of looks up at you guys, and her grip tightens on her swords, and she raises them, and she just says, "Who are you? What did you do?"
We are putting them to rest. They died to the dark creatures out here.
She looks stunned, like she's having trouble finding the words. She just kind of looks back and forth between you guys, the bodies, and the creatures. And she just says, and she lowers the swords a little bit. She's keeping a grip on them because she doesn't know you. But she lowers the swords a little bit, and she says, "They were my friends. Are all of the demons
Sorry for
dead?"
the loss. The ones we know about, yes.
She kind of looks sad, and she says, "Thank you for trying."
It is the best we could do.
You can see she's bleeding pretty heavily, and she says, These are not the problem. If you are willing to help, there's another one. One of my friends, one of my allies and contacts recently found out that there's these other demons that control them, like a general or a lieutenant in an army. And I've cornered one in this cave, but he's stronger than I thought he was. If you're willing to help, I could use a hand.
Aldora is going to turn to her.
With her
I'm willing to
Athena
help.
swag.
I'm willing to help if it counts for anything. Also, if this helps at all, I was able to catch the last words of one of your allies. I can't get what the first thing they were saying was, but they said that it was the end.
She looks at you, and she looks at your shield, and then she says, "People say all kinds of things when the end is near."
Malachi steps forward towards her and says, "You look incredibly wounded, or at least I think you do. You're a very strange woman. I've never seen anybody quite like you, but leave this thing to us. Rest. The death of these demons is good for all."
I am one of the first generation water nymphs. My father is Triton. My name is Pallas. I am his daughter.
Does that name ring a bell?
No. She's very old. Well, kind of.
Does the name Triton ring a bell?
Yes. He's one of the lesser gods, but a god nonetheless. He's a god of rivers.
Gotcha.
So,
At least I'm pretty sure.
are you a demigod?
She kind of laughs a little bit. Yes. I'm like a demigod.
She's just gonna turn to the rest of the group. Well, what do you guys think? Should we help?
There's
I'm
a demon.
always in it for a good fight, so yes.
The demon
There's
needs
a
to die.
creature.
This shouldn't be an argument from anyone. We're here to help this land and our countrymen. Or, well, my countrymen. I don't know where the hell all of you are from.
I am from this place. I have already told you that.
I'm not sure how much of what you are I really understand, Ankdrak, but this is fine. Let's go and kill this thing. Perhaps, Aldora, you could see to the wounds of this woman.
Do
Yeah.
you mind if... She would kind of look over all of y'all and she'll say, "Do you mind if I have the pleasure of your names?"
Ankdrak.
My name's Aldora.
I'm Malachi.
Genesis.
I am Kiriki.
Ankdrak will fish a gold coin out of his pouch and he'll hand Palace a gold coin. If you see your father, here's tithe. And then he will go towards the cave.
She just kind of looks at it almost strangely, like she doesn't understand it. All right, so you guys head towards the cave to fight a demon. And we're going to go ahead and end it there. And then pick up next time with fighting the demon.
Hey.
We'll see you then.